Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. And Jay, I know it's been a long day for you, so getting to wind down with some fatness is it's got to be nice, leading into another week.
It is nice. Yeah, it's definitely nice. It's kind of a calming little thing we like to do here on Sunday nights lately after 900 softball games. I had a doubleheader today. I had a game last night, so it's nonstop. So, but it's good. It's good stuff. I get to spend a lot of time with the goofball bunch, whichever team I'm coaching. So it's a lot of fun. And Addie played well, so all is well. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast, you hit that like button for us. Make sure you subscribe to the page as well. Hey, even if you don't plan on watching us on YouTube, we could use a few new subscribers there. Mm-hmm. So go check it out, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. We're on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok @I'mFatPod. We've got our Patreon page, patreon.com/I'mFatPod. We've got our merch page, I'mFatMerch.com, with a ton of new designs available at I'mFatMerch.com right now. We've got that Pepsi logo. We've got the old style beer style logo. We've got
the definitely not old style and the definitely not Pepsi.
Correct. There's also the word cloud that our friends at TeePublic made us. Mm-hmm. It's great. There's tons of new stuff, and of course, all of our classic designs like the pizza box, the fry bag, the onion ring of honor. Rick's sporting the fry bag today. I'mFatMerch.com. That's all powered by TeePublic. You can support us on Spotify. I was wrong. There is not a button when you're in the app, but if you go to the description of the podcast, there is a link to support the podcast there. That's what Matthew did last week. He became our first ever, little supporter there on Spotify, so we appreciate him. And
I'm sure he's an adequate size supporter. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would think so. And,
especially for this podcast.
There's a tip button on our Twitter. There's all sorts of ways to help us. But look, if you're low on cash and you want to help us out in a free way, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So today's show, Rick, we have a ton of Ask a Fats. An entire Gmail front page was filled with voicemails and emails. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's our cool graphic made by our buddy Mark Fishman, our graphic design friend. He's making really great stuff for us. He's behind most of the new TeePublic designs. Mm-hmm. And I think we're just getting more attention on social media. So like we've asked you to do, tell friends, share links, all that great stuff. But welcome if you're new. If you've checked us out for the first time, thank you. We appreciate you. And go back and listen. They all kind of hold up pretty well. And we should probably mention, if we have new users, the I'm Fat map. You can check that out in our link tree and our Twitter accounts. All right, let's get to the actual show.
Yes.
Now that we're done whoring ourselves out.
Until the end of the show.
Well, yeah, of course. Hot day today, Rick. Hot day. Yeah. I'm not complaining. I'm glad, the spring, summer is here, getting into shorts season. It is about 60 degrees here in my basement, as it is all summer. So I had really been in a taste for ice cream lately. And I saw this, more on this later, but we were out in the West Loop because we went to see Into the Woods on Friday. It was great. So Hope and Addie and I grabbed dinner in the West Loop, and we're sitting down eating our dinner, and there's like a ad on the wall for Haagen-Dazs cookie. I'm going to pull the thing up here so you can see it and truly appreciate it as much as it deserves to be appreciated. Butter cookie cone ice cream cones. So this is a Haagen-Dazs version of basically like a drumstick. And they're the size of those mini drumsticks. They're not full drumstick size.
Okay.
So it's got like a really like smooth, creamy ice cream on top, vanilla ice cream with like cookie dough crumbles. There's some chocolate flakes on there, all sorts of stuff. and then the actual cone is made of butter cookie. It's crunchy. The butter cookie is lined with chocolate inside. This thing is phenomenal. It comes in different varieties, but this is the one we got. I think there's a coffee one. There's a couple others, but we got the vanilla, and it is absolutely terrific. You get 4 in a box. I think it was like $6.99 at the Mariano's, which is
sounds about right for Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah,
so it's a little up there.
Yeah, it's a little up there, but it is Haagen-Dazs, and it's a nice treat on a hot day. I didn't know what to expect from the cone. I thought it would be kind of crumbly.
Yeah,
I was a little bit like preparing to like have to catch all the crumbles. It is a very solid cookie. It holds up. It does not fall apart when you eat it. Like you just bite off what you want, and that's what comes off. And I think part of that is like the chocolate interior kind of solidifies the cone.
Okay.
So if this sounds good to you, you're gonna love it. It's great. It's really, really good. The ice cream is very soft on top. It's very creamy. So it's not like a Ben and Jerry's kind of an ice cream where it's like a firm, you have to kind of work at it. This is a very soft and creamy ice cream, but damn, this is everything I hoped it would be and more. So damn good.
And where did you get it again?
The Mariano's.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
so I think it's
incredible
anywhere. Yeah. It was.
I'm trying to think if I saw it at the Jewels, because I was at the Jewels this week. I feel like if I would have seen that box, that I would have gone for it. You have another Prime?
Oh, dude. Hang on. Garbage can.
Okay. You have a problem.
I'm gonna pop my camera down. This is just my basement. Wow. I am addicted to this stuff.
Apparently, I saw it on an end cap, and I was like, "Oh, when I come back around, I'll get some." And then you know what I did? I forgot. Dude, I cannot get enough of these. I love them. They're so good. If you missed our show a couple weeks ago, an emailer told us about these new drinks, Prime hydration drink. There is an energy drink version of it, but this is the hydration drink. So it's not going to keep you awake late at night. And you know me, I got to watch my sugar because I got the diabetes. Right. The whole bottle, which is 16.9 ounces, 17, 6 carbs, 2 grams of sugar. Okay. It tastes like a melted popsicle. This is the ice pop one. It's like bomb pop style. Mm-hmm. Dude. Can you say bomb on a podcast?
What?
I don't know why.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Oh, I said, can you say bomb on a podcast?
Oh, bomb.
That's where my brain went.
Yes. Yes, you can, because we just did several times. But I love Prime. They're great. But anyway, back to the Haagen-Dazs thing. Yeah. I will say, if I was in the store not looking for it actively, I would have missed it. Yeah. Mariano's had it like knee height. So I had to kind of like, is that it? Like I had to kind of bend down to see where it was. Yeah. But I was actively seeking it. So once I started looking for it, it was there, but I never would have noticed that without looking for it. Okay. So don't feel bad about yourself for missing it.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Because though the bottom shelf or the bottom couple shelves, that's rough. Yeah. That's rough to really be able to see. Yeah. Yeah. Bending over, not advisable.
I'm going to throw my back out.
Right. Yeah. I just mean just in general. Okay. So yesterday I had been for months been like, I had told Sam that I want to go to my place, BD's Mongolian Grill. You know, like not like it's like that special, but it's one of my places. And she had not been. So I'm like, okay, so we're just trying to find the right time to go and maybe, walk around downtown Naperville, blah, blah, blah. Go to that location as opposed to like the Bolingbrook one. Yeah. And it lined up for we're recording on Saturday. On Saturday, we did this late lunch, so we can really go all out if we want to. And then it's like big lunch that also counts as like, then dinner's just more of a snack type thing. So I'm excited. Park, walking there. Get to the door. I'm like, it looks a little dark. Closed for maintenance.
Oh my God.
Clearly something happened in there that day, because it was just like someone wrote on a piece of paper closed for maintenance and had that day's date on it. So I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Everybody knows how it is when you build up something in your head of, I've been wanting to go there, It finally lines up, get to go there. You're excited, and the letdown.
Oh my God.
So that
at least you're in Naperville.
Yes.
They have a ton of other options, but damn.
Right. By the way, the Gordon Ramsay place not open yet. I don't know when it's supposed to be open, but walked by it and it's still got all the windows got paper and whatever on it. So
keep an eye on that. But dude, the thing about it being BD's too is that is a very specific taste.
Yes.
Like you can't be like, oh, I had a taste for tacos and my taco place is closed, so I'll go a block over and go to the other taco place.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So after trying to not act as devastated as I actually was in the moment.
You're like George Michael walking past the doghouse.
Yes, exactly. So walking down that street, for people that know downtown Naperville, we were walking down Washington to get to Washington. And then across the street, there are a couple bars that are relatively new to me. Let's put it this way. And as we walked by, Sam saw one of them and said, that place looks really cool. And it looked really cool from the outside. So just, I was thinking make a mental note for some other time when we've got time to kill. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, we immediately had time to kill and needed a new place to get something to eat. So we went across the street to Hizemans, Hize, not like the award for, college football quarterbacks, because that's pretty much what it is now. Mm-hmm. So Hize, MANS, Hizemans, it's 218 South Washington Street. And let me tell you, the food. Because this, this is a bar, and they've got a good beer selection, whiskey, tequila, scotch. They got you covered with what you want. It's got a little bit of a slight upscale bar food or sports bar type thing. So that's my burger. Do you have the other one? The waffle fries. This was the first thing we had. And it looks great, but also like a disaster, which is probably proper for an appetizer when it's simulating nachos.
Like seeing you and Sam out. Yeah,
pretty much. Yep. She's got the class. I've got the disaster. So it works. These were, they have pork and barbecue chicken waffle fries that are basically like nachos. Now, the stuff that was on the pork one looked better to us, but Sam doesn't eat pork. So for one thing, the service was fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Our server was great. And she was like, well, what if we just put the chicken on that, with that stuff? And we were like, yes. Yes. So what's on that is you have charred jalapenos, pickled red onions, white cheese, green onion, bourbon glaze.
Yep. That's a win.
With fried chicken and waffle fries. So hell yes. Waffle fries are their default. That's what they do. And they're, the sturdier fry than a Chick-fil-A fry, which isn't a bad one.
Yeah.
But this is a real quality waffle fry. And with all that stuff on it, it was fantastic. We housed that thing.
So when you say fried chicken, is it little
it was cubed basically.
Okay, it was a tender that was maybe chopped into several pieces, kind of a thing.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were, and they said we could have gotten it grilled if we wanted to. They left us that choice, and Sam was immediately fried.
So, all right, there's a win.
Yes.
That offsets the pork thing. Is the cheese a shredded that is then melted, or is it a cheesy sauce?
It's closer to a cheesy sauce. There's okay, so on it has a thing, whatever they're calling fancy sauce. It seems like it's very similar to to like a melted cheese, then there is also the melted cheese.
Okay.
So it's two things where their consistency is pretty close to each other, but it's pretty fantastic.
I don't know about you. I always lean for like on nachos. I like shredded cheese that has been melted.
Yes.
More than like a sauce. Because on that picture, it looks like on the edge of the plate, there is a little bit of cheese that is like solidified a little bit.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes there's like an artificial liquid cheese. I don't love it as much. I mean, it's cheese. It's not bad. I'm not mad about it, but I do prefer, like I was talking about Chuck's last week, their barbecue nachos. They take a ton of shredded cheese and just bake the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a thing with it. I think what helps too is that it was waffle fries and not nachos.
Yeah.
So you could also get away with both.
True.
Because if you would probably put all of that stuff on just regular nachos, that's soggy within like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Do you remember there's a place we used to do score remotes, and they would give you like the equivalent of like a Chipotle, like, you know, you go to Chipotle and they give you like silver tray.
Yeah.
It was like nachos like that. Was it something like Austin's Saloon or something like that? Does that sound right?
It rings a bell, but I don't remember if like that was specific. I remember Austin's Saloon is a place that existed, existed. But
this is it. Libertyville, Austin's.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Okay. I can think of a time I was there. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
That makes sense.
You just started nachos and my brain started kicking in.
Your nacho directory kicked in.
Yes. Well, dude, it's really funny. Well, let's do an ad read first. Hey, go get yourself a car. Do it. If you want to support us, go buy a Mazda. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
It's like 23 grand. Come on, suck it up. Mazda of OrlandPark.com. I drive my 2022 CX30, my 2015 CX5. I love them both. They're both wonderful vehicles. And aside from Mazda's being awesome and reliable and fuel efficient and everything you need, the service at Mazda of Orland Park is second to none. Absolutely great. I talked about my experience there last week where I went in. They're like, all right, we'll keep it, and we'll give you a loaner while we work on it. And they're like, hey, you know what? We can just knock this out right now. We've got time. You're here. Just give us 15, 20 minutes. We'll get it done. I'm sitting there in a waiting room, and I get a text, and in the text is a video of the repairman going over my car. Like, here, your hood's open. You can see, your spark plugs look good. Your battery's solid. We topped off your fluids here and here. We ran it through the car wash, and literally they go around the car and they show you everything they've done and how everything looks. It's awesome. And you're just sitting there. Video comes up on your phone. Boom, you watch it. And they're like, we'll be with you in a minute. We're just wrapping things up down here. Thanks for being a customer at Mazda of Orland Park. It's great. My buddy Eric Bates runs the place. Go say hi. 708-444-3200. The address 8910 West 159th Street. I tell everyone who asks about my cars how much I love them. I will be a Mazda customer for life. And it's a Mazda of Orland Park is a big part of why I will be. All right. So very funny that you mentioned that you've been building this place up for Sam and you have made these plans and it's going to be the thing you do. The same thing happened to me on Friday.
Well, can I go over the burger? I didn't even get to do my burger.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I had the picture up. Let me get the picture again.
I was trying to go chronologically for people through the meal, you jerk.
Sorry. All right, there.
So excited. Okay. I mean, I get it. But...
Feel these.
All right.
Don't do that.
So, for one thing, with my entree, which is the Hizemans burger, the waffle fries on the side are wonderful. Just like then having the waffle fries unimpeded by anything else.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm a Hizemans burger. Here's a key. Like, this is in terms of just like the patty, one of the best, legitimately one of the best burgers I have had.
Ooh, it looks awesome.
It's a double brisket blend patty.
So how big is that? Because it looks like a mini burger in the picture, but maybe it's just the angle.
It's not the biggest. Yeah, like it's partially the angle, but it's also not the biggest burger in the world. Like it would, like, let's put it this way. Between the nachos, the burger, and those fries, I was really solidly full.
Okay, good.
So But like, yeah, like it's not a monstrous burger, but it is a good, solid size burger. Like, let's put it this way, I didn't feel cheated at all.
Okay.
In terms of the size of the burger. So a brisket blend, yes. And you could tell the difference. So just like quality of that patty was incredible. And what I liked about it is even with all the other stuff on it that is good, it didn't take away from still tasting like that burger. So I appreciate that they didn't try and like hide the burger being like bland or something with a bunch of crap they put on it. No, it's a good burger and they make sure it's highlighted. Yes. So with it, you got smoked bacon.
Yes.
As if you would do it any other way. Mm-hmm. American cheese, pickles, red onion, and what they're calling their Hizemans sauce, which seems almost like a cheesy sauce in a way.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what it was, but it was also one of those where you know how I am with anything that could possibly be an aioli, where I'm like, I'm just going to go with it and don't overthink it. So I just kind of just went at it, and it was awesome.
Trust the process.
Yeah. I trusted the process. I trusted the burger. Solid brioche bun. Like it was a fantastic burger. And now a thing that I love, we have infiltrated Sam's brain, sucks for her, with the bun.
The bun?
Every time she hears it, or I say it, or whatever, it'll either it's acknowledged by saying it, or you kind of see something click in someone's brain.
Yes.
Yep. We're there.
Well, that's how Terry Boers has programmed us to say
yes.
The cart, or like the something, the this, the that. Like, yes. Yeah, that is you can all thank Terry Boers for that if it annoys you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sidebar that doesn't have really anything to do with anything outside of mentioning Terry. I don't remember how it came up in vague remember how it came up in conversation. I played the Boers and Bernstein listening to Tyler Hansborough read video God. That's on YouTube.
A corn fell on his head.
So funny and so not appropriate anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. we can just leave it at that. It's so great. If you want to seek it out, that's your prerogative. But yes, it's one of those that hasn't aged that gracefully, but it's so funny.
Let me ask you this. Hizemans, although you said you were full from your nachos and your burger, it looks like the kind of place that would have a warm cookie with ice cream on top.
Okay, so here's what they have. They don't have that. There's only one dessert offer. Like one thing that I do appreciate about places is when they have a minimalistic menu. Generally, that doesn't mean they're lazy. It means they're just trying to do a few things really well.
Yes, agree.
Funnel fries.
Okay.
Fried dough, cinnamon sugar, chocolate sauce.
No bad words there.
Nope. There were none.
Phrase from you.
Yep. Man. So
that's solid.
If there was more room, we probably would have gotten those because I know we both noticed it looking at the menu, but did not end up getting those. So, but still, it was, even though it wasn't what I initially wanted that day, I had my heart set on BDs. It ended up being a really great experience and just like a cool place if you want to go watch a game. They have a bunch of TVs there. Like if you're a Scotch guy, if you're a whiskey guy, like they've got a significant list to be able to choose from. So I highly recommend it. Was it again 218 South Washington Street in Naperville?
All right, that sounds good. I will check it out next time I'm out there. I've been meaning to take Addie to BD's too because I think she would love it. So when they reopen, you and I have been trying to get together the 5 of us. Let's go there because I know I like it. I know you like it. Everybody likes it. So let's figure that out. All right. So sorry to interrupt your story, but same deal.
Yeah.
Building it up for months. Finally, we're like, okay, Friday, I'm working from home. We're going to the city. So let's go. We're going to go to JP Graziano's, the deli on Randolph and Peoria that I've been talking up for months. And we get there and I realized they close at 4. And we were there at 4:17. Crap, so we're in the West Loop. There's no shortage of options. So
yeah,
I'm trying to keep Addie from noticing that there's a Nando's. Nando's is Addie's favorite, and I'm like, as soon as she sees this, she's gonna get her heart set. So I want to have something different before we settle on Nando's, because we've had it. I love it. Nando's is great, but we had it 1,000 times, So we're walking down Randolph. I see it's called Nonna's Pizza, Nonnas, and all it is literally, it's a room. You walk in, and it's a little tiny room, and you order your pizza by the slice or your sandwich. So I'm going to show you the photos of this, Rick, and boy, we were not disappointed in anything we got here. First, you're going to see your stuff, because I got to.
We are vamping.
They are vamping. So this is my meatball sub.
Okay.
A giant meatball in there, cut in half, because I cut the sandwich in half. Melted Parmesan. Parmesan, melted mozzarella. Also, I don't know if it shows up really well in that photo, but there was giardiniera in there.
Okay.
Not overly crunchy giardiniera, because I don't really love that. Addie got the chicken parm. Look at the cheese pull.
Holy crap.
That chicken parm, dude.
That looks like
that was
artificial, like the picture people that artificially add glue to make sure the pull is good.
Yes, that's exactly what it looked like. And she even took it and pulled it up in the air, and it still stayed connected. It still stayed connected. So it was really good. And then Hope got something called the What The. So that's what this is. It's called the What The. It's crispy fried eggplant. I know. So crispy fried eggplant and chicken, fresh mozzarella, serrano chilies, arugula, and sweet and spicy mayo. I'm sure you've never had fried eggplant, but I have to tell you, it's really good. It's definitely a food to eat.
Okay.
If you're looking for a fried vegetable, it's excellent.
Okay.
I think eggplant and zucchini are two of my favorite grilled or fried vegetables. So this was really good too. Everybody was super happy. So that was what we got for dinner. And then we're walking down the street. I got to make sure I have all my pictures here. There we go. Okay. So this picture does not look that great on your screen. Okay. This is a chocolate chip cookie from Levain Bakery, 840 West Randolph. And Hope's I've heard about this place's chocolate chip cookies. We've got to try it. So I'm all right, chocolate chip cookie? Yes. Let's do that. That sounds good. Right? Oh, it's a $5 cookie. I'm this better be good.
Right. Even Crumble is shuddering at that.
Yeah. It's a $5 cookie. So walk in, buy it. It's nice and warm. The guy actually turns around the counter, scrapes one off the. He's got the big Jimmy John's has their bread in the thing.
Yeah.
Scrapes it up there, puts it in the bag, nice and warm. This was somewhere between a biscuit and a scone in terms of consistency.
Interesting. Okay, because it definitely looks like there's more depth to it than a cookie.
It is thick. It was significantly thick, not overly wide, but the consistency of the dough was crumbly and kind of crispy, but not crunchy. Not like a Chips Ahoy crumble in your hand, crunchy, but it was crispy and dense and oh my God. It was well worth the $5, and it is very dangerous. It's that close to my work. And because I feel every day after work, I'm craving something sweet. I don't know what the deal is with that. But holy cow. Levain Bakery, 840 West Randolph in Chicago. I had to we had to get to the theater because we went as a group of 10 to see Into the Woods, and then Hope and I had to go pick up all the tickets and make sure everybody had their will call set. So I didn't even really look at anything else. I just walked in and cookie. Yeah. All right, great. Let's go. It was killer. It was phenomenal. Worth every penny. So if you're in the West Loop, get that. And I have to say, I talked to you about this, about our trip to U of I a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And Hope made this observation there. And I was not ready to declare it a thing yet, but she's ready. When we were at U of I, apparently there is a bra shortage happening with women in their 20s. They're just kind of, F it, I don't need one. And I say, I salute you. By all means.
Sure.
Don't wear one. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we are on a college campus. Like, you know, I did my laundry with Febreze. Everyone kind of does their own thing at college.
True.
Walking through the West Loop, my God. I had whiplash. And I have my wife is my wife is lovely in this way where she'll like elbow me and point.
Yeah.
You know, and as she's gotten older, she started to show a little interest. That's a different story. But I feel like if somehow I was to go away, I would probably be the last man Hope was with.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. So cool. Again, by all means.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of a thing. But the West Loop is some people watching, man. And I was like, man, it's really crowded down here. It did not dawn on me that it was Cinco de Mayo. And that's why everybody was out Friday night. And it was
Cinco de Quattro.
Yeah, beautiful day. Just like kind of warm, but not hot.
Yeah.
Sunny. It was just a day for all of the 20-somethings to be out. And boy, oh boy, was it fun. And we went to Uncommon James, which is Kristen Cavallari's like little boutique.
Yeah.
And Addie's very Instagrammable place. Addie was in heaven. She felt so cool. I'm like, do you want us to keep like a nice buffer between you and us? Like, give like a 10-foot lead so no one knows we're your parents, you know? But it was cool. But that Nonna's pizza was great.
Mm-hmm.
The sandwiches were wonderful. And that Levain cookie was holy cow. But really, that whole like stretch of like, I would say, I don't know. I don't want to guess. West Loop. It's not a mystery to anybody. Like Fulton Market, just great stuff. And I cannot talk enough about that cookie. Holy jeez, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm gonna have to make I just never end up. I don't have to go downtown anymore, so I never end up exploring. Which, mind you, I never really. Well, sometimes I have to leave my house. I try to leave my house just for the sake of sanity.
Well, it's a good date spot. I mean, there's good places, especially now, like with the weather turning, like places to eat outside and get nice cocktails and stuff. Like, do it once or twice a month. You know, parking around there is decent. You could find spots or meters or whatever. So, yeah. And I work right there, so I'm there all the time. Looking forward to a normal day there. Friday was a study. That was a lot. But on a typical weekday, I'll be able to do some damage on my own.
Nice.
Like tomorrow. The draft lottery is finally here.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow. So like after what, like 16 months of speculating how this particular draft lottery is going to go for the Hawks, we find out.
So is it like the basketball one where it's like you have this slot, but you could be anywhere from 1 to however many lottery things they pull down?
So the Hawks have the 3rd worst record in the league.
Okay.
They can pick no lower than 5th.
Okay.
So that's like the worst they can do. Like if some team jumps up, it's actually weird because they've got the lowest odds of picking 3rd of any of the other odds. It's very strange. Like
that sounds very hockey.
Well, I don't know if anyone cares about this, but it's just good for you. So with the 3rd pick, they've got an 11.5% chance at number 1, an 11.2% chance at number 2, a 7.8% chance at number 3, a 39.7% chance at number 4, and a 29.8% chance at number 5.
Interesting.
So if they're top 3, if they're top 2, they're golden.
Yeah.
Top 3, you're happy. Top 4 or 5, you're like, all right. You're still going to get a really good player, but
top 1, CHGO Blackhawks is doing a naked lap in the West Loop.
Yes, because you're getting Connor Bedard, which is the next big thing.
I've even heard of him.
Yes. So anyway, if you care, our coverage starts tomorrow at 7 on CHGO Sports. Monday at 7. So,
and I know nobody cares because the odds are minuscule, but we are 9. Well, 8 days away when this comes out from the NBA draft lottery. Because Lord knows if there's one sport that loves to drag everything out, it's the NBA.
The marketing.
Yeah.
Always in the news like the NFL. There's always.
Anywho.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
No. It's fine.
Aside.
I honestly, full transparency, I'm glad Jay was like, we have a ton of like Ask-A-Fats and stuff, and that you had a few things, because maybe shocking to some, and honestly, probably not. I had the one experience this week. Other than that, it's been like a lot of inside work this week, so I haven't gotten out very much. Which is probably why I'm extra weird today.
Well, I've got two little things to follow up on, but you're right. We have a ton of Ask-A-Fats, so we're going to do like the second half of the show is going to be that. But I had the Culver Smokehouse Barbecue with the spicy chicken. I've had it twice.
Okay.
The first time I texted you and said I didn't taste the spicy chicken at all. Like the spicy was not coming through. Today it was better.
Okay.
So perhaps they just didn't give me a spicy patty by mistake. Possibility. Sure. And then went out to breakfast with my friend Jill and her husband Ron. Still weird to say husband because I never thought Jill would get married, but here we are. But
you're always so complimentary of her.
I love her. She's my favorite person in the world, but she's a total bitch. But she brought us the Krispy Kreme Chips Ahoy donuts. Just go buy them. I don't need to tell you much about it. Just you heard the words. Just go.
And none of them are bad.
Yeah, just go. Just go get yourself those, and you'll be a very, very happy person. All right. Before we get to Ask-A-Fat, we want to tell you about our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen. 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, home of the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, and everything else that's awesome in the world. Frato's is amazing. And remember, when you place an online order at Frato's, you use that promo code I'm Fat, and you'll save 10% on your online order all the time. Now, we are, if you're listening to this on Monday, 6 days away from Mother's Day. FratosBakery.com. That is where you need to go. That is where you need to place your order from. That is where you will win Mother's Day. FratosBakery.com. I just told you about that cookie I had this week. Notice I didn't say it was the best cookie I've ever had. Why? Because the best cookie I've ever had is the Double Trouble cookie from Fratos. If you go to FratosBakery.com, you can scroll through and see everything that's available, including the Double Trouble cookies, the chocolate chunk cookies, the triple chocolate brownies, triple chocolate seduction cookies. The white chocolate chip Oreo cookies are also amazing. There's nothing but wonderful things available to you at FratosBakery.com. Order a 2-pound box for your mother for Mother's Day, and you will absolutely be the winner. FratosBakery.com. You're welcome. Nothing more to think about. Nothing more to worry about. Mother's Day is done. Go to FratosBakery.com. But remember, give it some time because it's got to ship out. They've got to bake it for you. So act quickly. Monday, Tuesday, get that order in and get it done. All right, Rick, Is it time? Is it the time? Well done, Jay. To ask the fats?
Oh, it is.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat, as always, is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, jardinera, and Cajun bacon. I'm starting new batches of special orders for Nicholas. He's getting Korean barbecue, jalapeno garlic, and raspberry chipotle, and maple pepper.
Ooh.
So that's fun. That's how it works. You order whatever flavor you want, and I'll make it for you. Just got to give me the time. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, the mango habanero, the habanero honey, and the new pineapple. Out of the 22 pineapple that we made, 11 were spoken for, and then 6 have also already been pre-ordered. So make sure you get that while it's available. I'll make it again. You just got to ask. As always, merchandise is available, and always keep an eye out for new things coming on the Instagrams and Twitters. Until next time, for the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Well, thank you, Fats, for stepping up and buying a bunch of stuff from Charlie the Bacon Guy. Rick mentioned transparency earlier this week, said, I didn't do shit this week. Charlie told us a little while back, sales have been down a little bit. So thank you for jumping on and supporting Charlie the Bacon Guy. If you want to get some of those amazing products he talked about, super easy to do. Shoot him an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. He is on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy. That's where you're going to want to follow Charlie to see all the bacon being made. He's also on Twitter at CZ the Bacon Guy. You know the flavors, you know what's available, you know where to get the merch. Just get in touch with Charlie and he will make it happen. Again, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, at Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram, and at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter, or go to Beatrix in Oak Brook and say hi to him. He's there. Yes. He works there. That's why the food is so damn good at Beatrix. All right. We've got 2 voicemails and 700 emails. So let's go.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It would appear your Culver's Insider is letting you down. I have not yet heard mention of the new sauces. The Boom Boom sauce, a nice spicy addition. A Culver's signature sauce, which tastes a lot like Caesar salad dressing. And now all Culver's have marinara sauce for your cheese curd dipping pleasure. Thank you and have a nice day.
I'm writing a letter.
All right, Ken's Boom Boom sauce. Now imagine this is made by Ken. Yeah, right. Way to go, Ken. From the salad dressing universe of Ken. Creamy and spicy, featuring a variety of fiery chili peppers, Dijon mustard, and garlic to make a savory sauce that isn't afraid to bring the flavor or the heat. That sounds good.
Yes.
They've got a lot of stuff here, but yeah, I don't know if those are new. So I'm sure our
in 3, 2, 1.
I'm sure our Culver's Insider will get back to us on those sauces. But yeah, we were actually had Culver's tonight for dinner after softball, and my wife noticed the Boom Boom sauce, so to speak. And we'll check it out next time. Even though not a big mustard guy, but it sounds like with all the other stuff in there, it might be decent.
Yeah.
One more voicemail.
Hey, Pat, it's Jason from Oshkosh. Quick question. As I saw, you just had some new merch out, and I immediately bought it. But as we're talking about fashion and style, I want to see what the fat community thinks about joggers. Are they too close to sweatpants, and being fat and wearing sweatpants doesn't always come off as the best look? Are they not great for the fat body? I don't know. So I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were, because I definitely don't want to buy some because they're super expensive. But if I found the right pair, I might try them for the golf course. Love the pod. Keep it up.
I have a confession.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know technically what's considered a jogger.
Yeah.
And at which is on brand. I wish it was a bit, but it's not. Also, this was a thing. There was a day where I was going through my clothes, and like I think I mentioned it, where like you're getting rid of some of the stuff that you're like, oh, I'll get back into this. No, maybe I won't. And you're just cleaning things out.
You won't be doing that.
And Sam mentioned, she's like, I want to see you in a jogger, and I was like, oh, okay. Do I mean, I have a okay idea of what that is, but I don't know specifically what a jogger is.
So here's my thing with joggers. You have to be built a certain way for it to work. Okay. I have tried them. Like there was one day where I ordered like 3 different pair from Amazon, and each pair was more comical than the next.
Okay.
However, it has to do with my proportions. It's because my legs are so short. I'm a 36. Honestly, if I can go by whatever size I wanted to, I'd be a 36-28. Like that's legitimately like my inseam. So
okay,
joggers, you can't, as far as I know, again, I'm not no fashionista. I don't think you can order a particular inseam for a jogger. It'd be like ordering sweatpants.
Okay.
So if you get something that is going to be long on you, then it's going to look ridiculous because joggers have cuffed or at least tapered legs on the bottom.
Yeah.
So for me, it didn't work.
Okay.
But if you're one of those fat guys, it's like I would imagine that DJ Khaled wears joggers.
Okay.
But they're probably $700.
Well, yeah, there's that.
So I have a pair of sweats that are jogger-ish, and they're super tight in the calf because they're designed that like they're designed narrow, but they're just for like bumming around the house. So I'm long answer, boring. I don't know. They have not worked for me, but it's typical for pants to not work for me because of my short legs.
That's fair. I mean, I have the wider waist and slightly longer legs, so
they might work better for you.
Maybe.
Try them.
Maybe. I'm willing to give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? I look ridiculous in something else.
Right. Just go to the Inferno JCPenney and see what happens.
Do I refuse to go to the JCPenney's, not from hell, in hell?
Hell, yes. Our location, Chicago Ridge. Hell.
Yep.
Oh, that's the one Rick went to.
Yep.
All right. Now we've got myriad emails. So let's get to them.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Ask a Fat is not sponsored. If you want to, I'm fatpod@gmail.com, but hopefully enough people chip in on Spotify and or Patreon and or on our Twitter tip machine that we don't have to add any sponsors, but we will see. All right, this one comes from Matt. Matt says, Jay mentioned the prime drinks on the show a few weeks ago, and now I found myself searching out as many flavors as I can try. I haven't found the bomb pop flavor, but recently came across orange and strawberry watermelon, and both were great. A little fat hack, toss them in the freezer for about 45 minutes to an hour, and they truly take on that frozen popsicle feel. Yes, okay, so I have tried the orange, and I have tried the other one he mentioned, and they're both wonderful. The orange is such a familiar taste, and it is driving me crazy.
You can't place it.
I can't put, like, I thought maybe Sunny D.
Okay.
Remind me, wasn't Sunny D like a little bit thick? Like creamy almost?
I mean, like thicker than orange juice, sure, but like not, but I wouldn't necessarily say like thick.
Yeah, it wasn't like milk, but
right. Like I still think it's like 1C.
Okay, if you find an orange one,
yeah,
buy it. Well, if you see any of them, buy them. They're all great. The only one I don't love is the Metamoon. It's fine.
Okay.
But the rest I love. But if you see the orange, get it and let me know. And if anyone has an idea, I'm sure there's someone who's been like, this tastes just like. Email us. I'm fatpod@gmail.com because it's driving me nuts. Yar.
Okay, so don't get the Metamoonsel.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Sorry for that. All right. This one's from Fat Matt, our guy. I just finished the Smokehouse Cheddar Burger from Culver's. It was phenomenal. Can we just crown Culver's the GOAT of fast food burger chains now? The burgers, the curds, the root beer, the service, they're unbeatable. Let's hope the Culver's Insider has some pull and can keep this burger around.
Bun?
Okay. So here's the only reason I think it's not. Is because it's not on the it's not already just considered the GOAT because it's not really on the coasts.
Yeah.
It's like everybody else knows, but people that feel very self-important because of where they live on the coasts, they don't know.
Well, you can't argue with the vastly, massively overrated In-N-Out burger.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even had it, but I've seen enough reviews where
fine.
People are like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's not like it's bad.
It's not bad.
But it's not what people make it out to be.
Yes. Culver's, we've talked about this a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have officially declared this at some point. But Culver's to me is what a business can be if it commits to like paying its employees and having a full staff and investing in quality ingredients. And like, I don't mind paying a premium for everything that goes with having Culver's, right?
And it's not even like it's not like demonstrably more expensive than anything either.
It's true. So the three of us, I had the basket for the spicy chicken today. Hope had just 4 buffalo tenders. Addie had tender basket, but she upgraded her drink to a shake or to a concrete.
Okay.
It was $36. So $12 a person.
Yeah, you take that.
You take that. And like the other thing is like when they have the walleye and the perch like around Lent, it's expensive as hell because it's real.
Yeah,
and it's legit, and I can't really get that anywhere else. I will pay more for a premium product. Later, we're going to talk about a place that people are paying more for that's not a premium product anymore, and that's why it's constantly empty. Anyway, we'll get there. All right, next one here from Michael. He says, sorry for the double submission this week. Oh, okay, maybe there's another one coming. But I saw that CHGO announced that they are going down to Nashville for the draft this year. That's true. Assuming Jay is making the trip, I am. I wanted to suggest trying Loveless Cafe. It's kind of on the outskirts of Nashville, but very much worth the trip. It also has some of the best fried chicken biscuits and even just regular biscuits I've ever had, among a ton of other great breakfast and barbecue items. Very popular place that I'm always dying to get back to. Yes, that is the Loveless Cafe. I have been to the Loveless Cafe. It is very good. Everything you said is correct. I remember it's a long wait, like a couple hours usually, but there's like stuff to do. It's kind of like a Cracker Barrel on steroids, like a Cracker Barrel campus.
Okay.
There's different buildings. You can go in like little gift shops. I think there's a farm. Like there's a bunch of stuff to do while you wait for the food or while you wait for your seat. But yeah,
okay.
Cool place, and everything you said is correct. Very good food.
Okay. The next one here is from The Fish.
Yes, The Fish. He is the brains behind all of our new TeePublic designs. He gets to be.
Okay. Duh. I probably should have put that together, but I'm an idiot.
It says it in the first sentence.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. So, from The Fish. 'Tis I, your friendly neighborhood design guy, here with a report from the road. Boy, if that doesn't prove that I don't proofread these ahead of time, you can pretty much Ron Burgundy my ass. got to travel to Austin, Texas for work today. A real up and down experience vis-a-vis the airport. Pro. Jason's an idiot, and he's editing this because we put all the emails in a Google Doc. So he just edited it with "Go fuck yourself, San Diego." Okay. Anyway, Austin Airport. Pro. I had the entire 3 seats to myself. That's a win.
That's a lot of win.
Yeah, I sat at the window, which is my default squish and hide seat. But hey. My backpack could go under the middle seat, offering the actual leg room. Con, and why he's writing this. Mid-flight, the normie in front of me decided it was time to recline. Nothing says, oh, thanks, like having the seat back ahead of you suddenly less than a foot from your face. Later in the flight, that lady got up to use the bathroom. When she came back, she clearly sees she's effectively wedged me in. She smiles politely, vapidly, as I attempt to fit psychically. Boy, I am just dead today. Yell at her. She sits back down and reclines a few more inches.
Oh,
I thought about sliding into the middle seat, but by then the captain started the descent. When she was forced to put the seat back up, I refrained from giving her a slight boost forward, to help. Oh well. That's awful.
That's brutal.
Especially to get teased with that.
Yeah, and then she saw that she had done it. Was like, oh well.
Yep.
That's lame. All right. Got one here from John. Says, hey boys, I enjoy the podcast and have lived in Rockford for the past 23 years, both as a journalist for the local paper and as a citizen. So I have some insight. Beefaroo was founded in Rockford in 1967, therefore is original to our city. The family recently sold it to a private equity firm and is in the process of becoming a chain with locations beyond the Midwest. Rockford is a tough town with a self-esteem issue. People think of Rockford as crime-ridden, run-down, and one of the worst places to live in America. I'm putting a pin in this email and responding to that. Okay. My impressions of Rockford when I was there were none of these things. Yes, there were areas that you could tell probably used to be factory towns, and there were some empty buildings in there. I never felt in danger. I never felt like it was a dump. I thought it was a really cool place to be. I truly enjoyed my trip to Rockford. Okay, continuing. We live in the shadow of Chicago. In the outer world, sometimes celebrities such as Cheap Trick or even Fred Van Vliet, are mentioned
player
as from Chicago, thank you. Because of our Rust Belt imagery, people feel a need to cling to something that is truly original in Rockford, such as Beefaroo or the Peaches. I'm wearing my Rockford Peaches shirt right now.
Nice.
As Chicago or other places will claim are popular ideas or citizens because we don't, quote, deserve it, or, quote, no one has heard of Rockford. Rockford Pride is an idea the city has tried marketing for years, and it has given some positive results, such as the Ice Hogs spots in downtown, Mrs. Fisher's Chips, amongst others, including Beefaroo. Sorry for the long-winded response, but context is needed to why the city is what it is. Keep up the great work. P.S. If you go back to the Peaches Stadium, head over to DeKetch or Mr. J's for a pizza puff. Both are on Kishwaukee Street to the east and north of the stadium. The area is rough, but the food is worth your time. Again, I was there twice and never felt any of the things that Rockford is self-conscious about. So if people are making you feel like that, tell them to go scratch. I enjoyed my time in Rockford. It was a good time. Like I said on last episode, like it's totally worth it if you're from the city, taking a day trip out to Rockford, seeing some of the historic sites, grabbing some Beefaroo, checking out the Peaches Stadium, hitting up an Ice Hogs game. There is stuff to do in Rockford. It is not this desolate dump that it makes me sad to think that the people that live there feel that way, because it was not the impression I got at all. So
I'll be headed to Rockford in a couple weeks for my godson's sister's birthday.
Nice.
So I haven't been there in a minute, so it'll be good to get back out there.
Good.
And I definitely wrote down those two places to get a pizza puff because maybe I'll be stopping before I get to my destination.
I had a pizza puff this week.
Oh, where?
I went to Pops. You know, I think I taught you about Pops, like just kind of a run of the mill, not run of the mill. That's like an insult, but a kind of a good old school hot dog place. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't had one, and it was just like the perfect kind of, you know, like the greasy, perfect like cartoonish pizza puff.
Yeah,
it was good. I enjoyed it very much. So that'll become a staple as I order again.
Nice. All right, this one from Tim. Fellas, I lived in Rockford for most of my life and have, quote, enjoyed all the Rockford talk the last few episodes. Full disclosure, though, I moved away for a good 10 years ago. Regarding Beefaroo, I'm 48, not getting a whole hell of a lot better. That's my realization. And always heard from the much older guys that the Beefaroo people and the Portillo's people had an understanding not to cross paths. That's why there was no Portillo's there until somewhat recently, and why Beefaroo never expanded east. I don't know if anyone will admit to it or not, but I heard from many people that as an explanation as to why there was no Portillo's there. True or not, it makes sense. So do we like Beefaroo? I think you can best sum up why that name comes up so much is because in Rockford, you do the best with cards are dealt. There are lots of good places to eat and a few great ones, but that's for us to know. Take care.
I am so fascinated by this mentality. This like
sociologist Zawoski over here.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like we've got nothing. We don't deserve, like I don't know. Like honestly, like I don't know. That's weird to me. I'm telling you, as someone who went in with literally no expectation. I did not know much about Rockford. Aside from Joe Dredge lives there and works in a radio station, and Beefaroo's a thing from there, and it's where the Ice Hogs play. I don't know where this complex is coming from. Like, and I'm sure there's a lot more economical and historical things that I'm not aware of, and pointing the thumb on that, of course, but like they're trying to sell this Rockford Pride thing. Yeah. It's a cool place.
I have a theory
there.
Dan Bernstein worked there for a while, and that just brought everybody down.
Yeah, they should actually condemn the town.
Yep.
Good point. I think it's something just very clearly rolled across the floor above me. I don't know if the dog is playing with something, but I just heard like it's clearly the motion of left to right above my head. All right. Yeah, Rockford. Come on, pull it together. Good place. I like it. I'll be an ambassador if you need me to be, damn it. I enjoy Rockford. All right, last one here comes from Michael. And this is kind of what I teased earlier in the show about a premium price, but not a premium product. He says, hey guys, much like both of you, due to the better prices and quality, I have found myself getting Wingstop a lot more often than B-dubs nowadays. The thing I have found strange recently is that it feels like B-Dubs is trying to encourage people to order out from them as opposed to dining in. The last few times I've ordered from them, they always have the same specials available for online orders. The ones I always do is the 10 boneless wings and fries for $10. While it's nice they're offering something somewhat reasonably priced for a change, they do not offer these deals when you dine in. And in that example, the same 10 boneless wings and fries would cost me $22 dining in.
Oh my!
I don't think I've seen more than 10 people inside of B-Dubs and agents. Have the B-Dubs near you been this dead inside?
Like me.
Yeah, like I'm telling you. And I don't know if B-Dubs are just like, well, people aren't eating out anymore. People don't want to pay for,
or if they don't want to have to pay, they don't want to have to pay as much staff. So if it's,
Here, B-Dubs, if someone who franchises the B-Dubs is listening or whatever, here are my complaints. Much like he said, it's $22 for 10 boneless wings and fries. I don't care how much chicken costs. It doesn't cost that much. Second of all, when you do get people in the door to take advantage of your buy one, get one specials, don't give me the little nubbins that fell to the bottom of the fryer.
Right.
Give me the full size pieces of food. Every time I'm in B-Dubs, I feel like I'm getting scammed. I feel like I'm getting a corner cut.
Mm-hmm.
There's not as many employees anymore. There are ghost towns now. And it's not a COVID thing. But I'm just going to say, pre-COVID, B-Dubs were thriving. People were there. It was a place to go to do your draft, to eat out with friends, whatever. They've raised their prices. Their quality's gone down. The service sucks because there's not enough people working there. Put money into it. Instead of trying to make profits for the people at the top, make sure that the people working there are taken care of, right? Either with a competitive salary, benefits, whatever. They're going to start showing up because they're going to feel appreciated and cared for and healthy enough to show up. They're going to be better workers because they're going to be happy. And you're going to have customers who are happier because the people that are serving them their food are doing a good job. They're not overworked. And then at the end of it, the food should return to the form it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's not complicated. When B-Dubs was successful, it was affordable and it was high quality.
Yep.
Those two things went away. All of a sudden, B-Dubs isn't doing so good. It must be COVID. It's not COVID. It's not. It's absolutely not. It has nothing to do with COVID because other wing places are packed. Wingstop, I walk in any time of day. There's 3 or 4 people in there taking home group orders at Wingstop or dining in.
Yep.
It's not COVID. It is your lack of commitment to quality and good prices. There, my B-Dubs rant is over.
I'm happy because I'm apathetic towards B-Dubs now because of the things that you said.
Yep.
Like to where I just don't care enough. You know what I'm just going to do? And this is the worst thing for B-Dubs is I'm going to just silently take my business elsewhere. And I'm sure there's so many people that are doing or have done what I've done. And it's just fine. Is there any sort of brand loyalty with Buffalo Wild Wings? Not particularly.
That used to be my favorite place to go. B-Dubs was my favorite place to go. I loved the tenders. I loved the boneless wings. I loved B-Dubs. I loved all their sauces. But now I'm like, well, we can go there. It's not a special day, so we'll get decent portions, but it's going to be expensive. I have to talk myself into it now. It's not a good business plan. Customers having to talk themselves into eating there is not a good business plan because eventually they're going to stop doing it.
Right.
And just go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, be better. They know what they're doing. The people making decisions for B-Dubs know exactly what they're doing. Yeah. They're saying we can cut this much quality and charge this much, and people will continue coming. So our bottom line remains the same. And the people at the top, now that you want to pay as many employees because the restaurants are empty, the people at the top, they hit their bonuses, they get their money, and everybody else suffers, including the customer.
Go Bears.
Go Bears, exactly. All right. I hate ending on a rant.
Yeah. But hey, it's a good incentive for people to keep listening all the way through. Follow us on all of our social media at I'm Fat Pod, I'mFatPod at gmail.com. Check out the Patreon. the imfatmerch.com, youtube.com/imfatpodcast. Subscribe and like each video. Even if don't plan on watching us or want to see our faces, I don't blame you in the slightest.
Yeah.
But at least, subscribe and like the videos because that helps us out. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed because that helps us out as well. Leave us the old 5-star review if you've not already. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
I hope you have a fantastic day.